our personality today is a global fashion icon. His name is Benjamin Kontoh, and he's the CEO of Brush and Saccy. It's a fashion house. They have offices in Ghana, USA, Japan, and China. He's worked with brands like Bentley, Maserati, BMW, Lincoln, Mini Cooper, and many others. And throughout our conversation with him, if you have any questions for him, let us know with the hashtag BreakfastDaily and the WhatsApp line 0550-585-832. If you're outside Ghana and you want to ask him a question, do use the country code +233. Good morning, Benjamin.
Good morning, dear.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. When you say dear, it makes you sound like such an old man.
Is it? Oh, no. Just being friendly.
Tell us, we're going to get into your life, what inspires you, but how did you end up with a fashion house in all these countries, doing so well and working with all these big brands?
Well, it started with a childhood passion. That's it. And I just followed suit. I knew what I wanted from the beginning, right from, I would say, JSS.
JSS?
Yes.
You knew you wanted to be a fashion designer?
I was actually making stuff.
Wow.
Yes, I was actually making stuff. It just grew to different levels as I grew up. You understand? So back in JSS, I was making custom T-shirts and all that.
What did you like about making things?
I like to look different. First of all, personally, I like to look different. I don't want to be wearing or see me wearing what everybody is wearing. I was the guy who was never part of that what's in vogue. I don't like what's in vogue. Yeah, so I always want to do something for myself, and of course I ended up doing for other friends, other mates.
And how did that build your confidence as a young man?
I had a lot of comments and support right from the start, so I knew I was in the right direction. I mean, it had its hurdles. You know, you have some friends who will never believe in you, think you're joking. Why? You know, it's just human nature. The thing about human nature is people don't believe you. People don't see what you see. It's only you that can see what you see, that can see the future. So you have to prove yourself to people. But
what kept you going? Because you can say, you know, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words cannot hurt me. But at some point, they may create doubts in your mind.
Absolutely. What kept me going? I think I have something that a lot of people might not have. I have a fire in me. I have something that's burning in me that I will kill to do what I want to do, what I need to do. It's like people say they've been called. I mean, pastors get called, right?
It's a calling.
Yeah, to go into ministry. People get called to be in the medical field. I think mine is a calling because, I mean, from where I started, I think I have never swayed even once. You know, I've studied other courses, you know, but I never swayed even once. I've been right on it, right from the start, and even my JSS mates or primary school mates still remember me.
Shout outs to the Prempeh boys.
Yeah, shout out to Prempeh boys and St. Anthony's guys and UCC.
So let's zoom into your life. What was life like as a child? Where did you grow up? Where did you go to school? How did you start this love affair with fashion?
Yeah, so I grew up in Accra. My dad used to work with a cocoa board.
Okay.
So we moved around a lot.
What regions did you move to?
I mean, we've been in central region. Sorry, western region. Okay. We've been in western region. Of course, we've been in Accra, and in Accra we've moved around a lot. What did that teach you about the different people you met? I think you know, a part of me like networking and socialization. I don't know whether it's because of us moving around a lot, because I'm the kind of person that can easily blend in, can easily make friends. Yes, I'm the kind of person. So I think moving around, I don't know if that made me who I am right now, but I can survive everywhere I go.
Was it difficult initially as a child knowing that you just made new friends and now we're going somewhere else? Well, it has its
downsides, but it also has its advantages. You know. So I think that has helped me since I left Ghana. Okay, because I moved around. I've traveled around the world, and I've been on the grind solo. So I think us moving around when I was a kid has, you know, built something in me that I've used to survive at this time till now.
How was it like in GSS when you started? I mean, at GSS, every young boy either wants to be a lawyer, a doctor, or something, and you say, I want to be a designer. How did people react to it?
Okay.
And who were some of your role models at that time?
Yeah, so first of all, let's give shout outs to St. Anthony's School. Yeah, if my mates are watching. Yeah, of course, as a black person, as a black man, as a black boy, at a young age at GSS, your parents have visions for you.
Especially a Ghanaian boy, not just any black boy.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would say black people in general. Let me make it more specific. Africans, your parents have their own dreams for you. So your talent or your dreams doesn't really matter. I can't remember. I mean, I was drawing a lot. Like I was oil
Sketching.
painting, yeah,
Wow.
sketching. Back in the days, we were doing we were sketching cartoons. Okay, me and my mates would do competitions. We were sketching
Wow.
cartoons like Captain Planet by that time. Then we evolved into Japanese animes.
Wow.
Then I went on to do oil painting.
How did your parents react to that?
Oh, they loved it. But at the end of the day, my dad, he's more of a very traditional person, very conservative. Okay, so he said, "Are you going to be a visual artist? Are you going to be someone who would do painting signboards and all that?" My father never believed in my dream, never, because he thought being a doctor, just like you said, being a lawyer, being an engineer, is much more profitable. And a man of his status, he doesn't see his son being a graphic designer or maybe. So I had quite a bit of a challenge.
Did that mess your relationship up in any way at all?
No, it didn't.
Okay.
It didn't. Like I said, you have to prove yourself. When someone doesn't believe in you, there's only one thing you can do.
But your dad is like your biggest introduction to the world. So
Yes.
having that support and motivation would have gone a long way.
Absolutely. So to SS, I went to Prempeh College. I mean, I wanted to go straight up into, arts or even fashion. I mean, back in the days, there were no straight up fashion schools in Ghana at that time. That's strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who were the people you looked up to at that time that I want to be like this guy?
Okay. So way back in that time, MKOG was the man. Maoli Kofi Okudjata was the man. So I had my clothing brand. So around that time, I remember there was MKOG, there was PKOG, there was me. So we're doing our thing way back in the day.
How old were you at that time?
How old would I be? Maybe 17?
Okay.
Yeah.
This is around early 2000s, 90s?
Absolutely.
Which one?
Absolutely, yeah.
The 90s or the
90s. I mean, late 90s
Late
into the
90s.
2000s,
Okay.
absolutely, yeah.
Okay. And were you making money immediately, or it was more about positioning your brand and getting people to actually see that you're doing something unique?
At that point, you can never make money. You can never make money. It's you starting something up, something new, something that never existed, and that's you not having a lot of capital to support yourself.
Okay.
So if you sell 2 T-shirts or 3 hats, you have to reinvest the money.
So how do you feed yourself?
Oh, of course. I mean, I wasn't doing that to feed myself.
What were you doing to feed yourself?
I mean,
You were getting to the hustle.
Yeah, my family was well-to-do enough that at least what I will eat
You were able
will
to
be
afford it.
fine. But
Okay.
at a point in time, at a uni level, I lost my dad when I was in first year.
Oh no, sorry.
Yeah, he was the breadwinner for the house.
Huh.
Okay, so I lost my dad first year uni. So that is where the real grind started.
How did that big loss change your focus?
See, just like I said, I've always wanted to prove myself. I've always wanted to show people that I was onto something. So right from the start, I told you my father wasn't in support of
What you were doing?
my craft, my art. Okay, so I evolved from drawing, sketching, painting into fashion.
But where did you get that resilience from? Because a lot of parents, and a lot of parents are watching us today, their generation, they had to hustle, especially parents who are breadwinners. So they want their children to be financially stable, and when you go down a path that not many people have walked on, you will struggle. You may be broke a few times. You may go through so many things. And our parents try to shield us from all these things. How do we find a balance between trying to protect our children and letting them live their own dreams?
I think parents should do exactly what you just said, because they know better. right? They know better. At the end of the day, every parent wants their kids to be successful. So it's a responsibility of the parent to guide the kid.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, once in a while, you get that kid that would change the world. That will make a difference. And no matter what you do, you can never change the path of that kid. So I've gone to study other courses. I've done my master's degree and all that in different fields. But at the end of the day, this is me still working with my first love. I never diverted my path. But at the end of the day, you should respect your parents to a point where they believe in you, to a point where they can say, okay, I think he's onto something. Just like I said, you have to prove yourself.
Yeah.
You can't just wake up and say, hey, I want to be like Bill Gates. Okay, good luck. Until you start making them moves, then gradually people can recognize, gradually people can see, this guy is onto something. Then if there's any support, they can push you that way. Yes, but at the end of the day, only you can see your dream, only you can see your vision. Nobody can see it until you start showing it. Then you have, trust me, if it's meant to be, you have people who will push and support you.
So we'll talk about the people who supported you, all the places you've traveled to. But there are a lot of young people watching us today who don't know what their calling is. They don't know what their purpose is. I think you've been very privileged to actually hear that calling at a very young age and have a clear idea of where you were heading. Any advice for young people who are just doing things because they've been told that this is what you're supposed to do since childhood and they've grown to love that thing?
Yeah, first off, a passion is a passion. And there are rules in the society. There are systems that we have to follow. So you have to go to school, you have to go to school. You don't say, I don't want to go to school because I want to be a musician. I don't want to go to school because I want to be a fashion designer. Go to school and be the best of what you can do. You understand? The school will shape you. It will equip you with the knowledge and the resilience you need when the time comes. So go to school. You never know. At the end of the day, you could always have a backup plan. So even if I don't succeed, I have backup plans. I have degrees that I can always rely on.
Yeah.
So unless you magically you can succeed right from the beginning, you have to try to balance it, do what the society needs you to be, to do, okay? Go to school, and at the same time, you groom your talent on the side. So it could be like more of a part-time thing. So side by side, when you think it's strong enough, you can make it your full-time thing. That's how I did it.
Tell us how you did it. Schools you went to, what you studied, when you embarked on this as a full-time thing, and how you ended up creating this global brand that we're all so proud of.
Okay, so I went to St. Anthony's School in South Dakar, to my primary school to junior high school level. After that, I went to Brempe College. And after that, I went to Cape Coast University. So during Cape Coast University, I was already had a level where, I was designing all the costumes for the beauty pageant.
Wow.
Miss UCC. I was already doing that.
What were you studying there, though?
I was studying social science.
Wow, that's social science is good.
Yeah, I was studying social sciences.
Did you enjoy the classes?
Oh, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
It's a social thing.
Yeah.
It's a social thing. I love to, work with people. I like to talk to people. I like to interact with people. So it's always, I think it's always shaped me in some way. So
and your
social science.
Masters?
I did my masters in computer security.
Wow.
Yeah, cryptography and computer security.
Huh. How did all that shape the brand? Where did you begin with? You were in China for a long time.
Yes.
How did you start, and how were you able to stay consistent to a point where you were able to work with all these big brands?
So this is me all this while in Ghana. Started up grooming my brand, building up day by day, year by year. After uni, okay. Back in uni, I was already in business. I was already in business. I had clients. I had to come to. I had people who had shows. I had to come from school, come and grind, I had orders that I have to, you know, sometimes I have to skip lectures, sometimes I have to take some serious risk.
Wow.
Oh yes, it's all about risk. If you want it that much, you put in that much.
Yeah.
So when my mates were in school, I was, you know, running around and also try to cover up with school. So I was balancing it.
Yeah.
You need to be able to balance it.
Find a
Okay.
balance.
So it got to a point after school, after uni, I got to a point where I realized that back in the day we were making t-shirts, right? So blank t-shirt, even to get the material to sew your t-shirt is a problem.
Yeah.
The cotton material to sew t-shirt is a problem. So we have to buy plain t-shirts. Way back in the days, people are still doing it.
Yeah. And the quality is not that
Oh,
great.
the quality is bad. Plain t-shirt, and they would just put their logos on it. That doesn't make you a designer. That you're just branding a t-shirt. But back in the days, I would say, I'm talking 16 years ago, I was like, I'll go buy a plain t-shirt, okay, take it apart and re-sew it.
Wow.
So the t-shirt will look different. So let's just say the sleeves will be blue.
You won't
the
even
neckline.
notice it when you're done.
Absolutely, because I have a vision of what I want to make. So instead of me getting a proper fabric and cutting it out and making everything, I will buy a plain t-shirt, cut it out, and use the fabric to do what I wanted to do. There's ink, the printing ink. There is thread. There is the sewing machines. There is the heating. Everything was like made in China. It's like, what's going on? Like everything made in China. And sometimes you have an order that you go to the vendors in Accra. They're out of stock.
So how do you?
So you have. So it's like, why? So I think my dream was too big. My vision was too big that I realized I was in the wrong place.
Yeah.
I told myself I have to go to the source because there's so many things that I needed to do or to bring out the design I have envisioned, but you can't have the resources here in Ghana.
Yeah. How did you end up in China?
So that was it. I said, I don't have enough. So let me embark on the journey. Let me go to the source where everything is made in the world. That I wouldn't lack anything. That if I want something, I wouldn't lack. Be it scissors, be it fabric, be it printing ink, be it thread, be it whatever.
And your imaginations can just run wild.
Yes, I can just be like a kid in a candy house or in Disney.
Now, a lot of people go abroad with dreams and visions. They get there and then they are hit with the reality that you're an immigrant. You know, they end up working as a taxi cab driver, doing all sorts of things. Before you know it, they've given up on their dreams. What kept you going?
Well, life in China, it's a whole movie by its own. It's a whole movie. So living in a country where, you know, when I went to China, I realized I was black.
Before that, you didn't know you were black. You're just another human being.
Yes. No, human being, yes. But I realized that I became self-aware that I was black.
Of your race.
Yes. You become self-aware because these are people that, 1.6 billion people. 1.6 billion people. And they've never seen a black person before.
How did they react?
In 2020, you walk on the streets of the metropolitan cities like Shanghai, like Beijing, like Guangzhou, the city where everybody goes. If anybody in Ghana says they're going to China, they're going to a specific place called Guangzhou.
Okay.
That is where the market is. Even that, there are still people who haven't seen black people before.
How did you react to that? Because a lot of people, when they are aware of the reality now that I'm a minority, they tend to fit that box of what's expected of a minority. You are in somebody's land, bow your head, do the barest minimum, send money home, and maybe come back home and be a area champion.
Yes.
How were you able to dominate the China fashion industry?
So sometimes if I look back, I don't even know how I did it. Yeah, I don't even know how I did it. You dealing with racism is one thing. You need medals for that.
Yeah.
Gold medals. Dealing with racism. Okay, dealing with people who are curious about you first. Dealing with people who don't believe in you. Dealing with people who think you're from a poor country. They think Ghana is poor.
Yeah.
They think the whole
Africa really.
They think the whole Africa is poor. But there is one thing, okay? they have all these stereotypes, and some people are it's just curiosity.
Yeah.
And there are some people, they just give it to you raw, like blunt, just like in the US and the UK. Racism is there, still there.
How do you not allow the stereotype define you?
So, you know, I've been on the road for a long time. Way back, like we just talked about. So that is not going to stop me. So this is me in a very hostile environment and going forward. Okay? I want to do my master's degree. That's my in. What next? These people don't speak English. I need to learn the language. What next? Now, through doing all that, I was to do my research. Because it's a huge country, where to start from, where to go from school and all that, okay? So I always had a plan. I've always had a plan. So I would advise the young kids who are trying to, you know, go and do something, have a plan. You can't just be doing stuff. If you have a plan, then you, even when you stumble, you can get back on path.
What was the plan with your pieces? Because we're looking at it here, and I've never seen this before. So how do you think about the pieces? How do you differentiate yourself from everything that's out there?
Okay, my theme, my fashion is unique, uniqueness. I believe everybody should be unique. Okay. If you wear what's in vogue, that
explain what's in vogue to us, because
Okay.
we're not in the fashion industry.
So what's in vogue means
What's trending?
Yeah,
Okay.
this is what's trending. This is this year's style. This is this year's colors. This is this year's trend. So follow it.
Okay.
But there is one thing that people don't understand. Everybody has a unique body. Everybody has a unique physique or style that will fit them. So, for example, what I'm wearing now may not look good on
me,
you.
obviously.
As simple as that. So it's left for the individual to find what fits them best. So that's what you see. We find people called fashionistas. These fashionistas has been able to find things that fit them.
Okay.
Or they are able to combine colors that other people cannot combine shapes and patterns and everything. They always look good. It's because they have found what looks good on them. And if you find what looks good on you, you keep wearing that, because that is what people are going to give you a compliment from.
So a piece like this, what inspired it? What was going through your mind as you were creating it?
So this is a tuxedo. In the suit industry. The right term is tuxedo. Okay, this is used for weddings, black tie events, red carpet events. This is posh. This is luxurious. This is upper class.
You walk into the room and everyone notices.
Oh yes, it's game over.
But how is this tuxedo different from any other tuxedo that will be in that room?
The fabric and the colors, they work so well that there is a balance in it. There's nothing overshadowing the other, so it's sort of
just right.
it's just perfect. Yeah, everybody will love it. When you walk into the room, people will naturally like you. People will naturally want to talk to you. Colors also speak. There are some colors that will make you happy, will put you in a good mood. That's why people paint their rooms different colors. If you're painting a room and your room is black, it's going to have an effect on you. Colors have effect on people, the same as sound have effect on people. So colors do have effect on people.
Let's talk about this one.
So this is a business suit, okay, or corporate wear. So this is what you wear when you're going to work. So as a banker, as a lawyer, as the broker, or
Fashion designer.
this is what you wear. I choose navy. Navy is a color that is timeless. It is timeless. It is very clean, and everybody can wear this, and you can actually take it to all occasions. Yes, okay. But there is so much I could tell about my work, and of course I have the Ankara.
Yeah.
So this is a suit I made with Ankara. So this is one of my pieces I did in a fashion show in China. Because of this whole, racism and lack of support for minorities like us, I had to create my own thing.
Wow.
I I succeeded in creating Shanghai Black Fashion Week.
Wow.
Because black folks, Africans have no opportunity, because you're competing with Italians, you're competing as Americans, you're competing with English. So China is such a way that nobody cares about you if you're nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about you when you're poor. So it's only the top. So you're competing with Armani, you're competing with LV, you're competing with Gucci, you're competing with all these big brands. No joke. No joke. That's a competition you face. It's not your individual local designer.
Yeah.
You're competing with international designers. So for a Chinese person to come to me and say, Benny.
So we're looking at some of your pieces from the Shanghai Black Fashion Week.
That's right.
A lot of designers are successful as designers. How are you able to also succeed as a businessman, to have, you know, offices in China, Japan, and USA, and now Ghana?
So I think it's always been part of my plan. I mean, first of all, to perfect my craft. To perfect my craft. That is why I traveled abroad. I've been around China, I've been around Japan, I've been around the UK, and I have learned, okay, putting bits and pieces together. So from a Ghanaian heritage, pieces from Ghana, knowledge from Ghana, something from Europe, Italy, and UK. With the kind of work I do, it's UK and Italy. That's what Bespoke is from.
Okay.
It was started in the UK, then later on went into Italy. Bespoke is from there. So I picked pieces of knowledge from everywhere I go, and I perfected my craft. So what I have, I can go toe to toe with Gucci.
Yeah.
In terms of quality, in terms of cuts, in terms of finishing.
Yeah.
No joke. I can go toe to toe with Gucci. I can go toe to toe with Tom Ford. Okay, and of course my mentor Ozo Boateng. Okay. It's something that I'm so glad I was able to do with all the grind. So I'm just glad I never gave up. You know,
We're
I'm
also
just
glad you didn't give up, because there are a lot of young boys watching us and girls watching us, and they're going to say, I'm going to do it because he did it.
Yeah, so the Shanghai Black Fashion Week started because there were a lot of African designers and, of course, other expats who were living in China, who are living in China, who are living like we live in the UK, we live in the US. China is the new world right now.
Yeah.
China is the new world. So there are a lot of Ghanaians out there in China trying to make it, I'm telling you.
I know.
I know Ghanaian designers who are in uni and they have fashion brands. So fashion designers from all across Africa, Zambia, Tanzania, South Africa, they were reaching out to me because they realized there is this one black guy who has made it to this level in China. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So people reach out to me to find out how I did it. So it's that sort of like, you know, coaching, mentoring. And I realized that, okay, if God has given me this platform,
You can pay back.
yeah, that I can work with, if Bentley will come to me.
Listen, we're proud of you. And there are a
Yes.
lot of people watching us this morning who would want to reach out, buy your work, know where your store is in Ghana. Give us all the information.
Okay, you can reach me out on Instagram at Benjamin Kontoh. That's my personal handle, Benjamin Kontoh. Then my business handle is Brush and Saccy.
Okay.
Brush and Saccy Bespoke. You'll find me there. The same for Facebook. Yes.
Okay. And do you have a physical shop in Ghana?
Yes, I have a physical office here. It's behind the Achimota Golf Course.
Okay.
Right behind Achimota Golf Course. It's called Dove Street. If you put Dove Street in the GPS, it will bring it right there.
And I'm
I have
sure
a
you
beautiful
supply
showroom
globally.
there. What was that?
You supply globally as well. So anyone watching in the diaspora want to buy your stuff, they can.
I came to Ghana during the year of return.
Yeah.
So everything aligned. I had been away for too long and I just shut myself off. Because,
I'm glad you're back.
oh yeah, I did. But it's time for me to come back home. So everything worked perfectly. And it's coronavirus time, yeah? So a lot of people thought he's stuck because the borders have been.
I am thoroughly enjoying this conversation,
Yes.
but we've gone out of time. But I must say, I've really enjoyed speaking to you, Benjamin. Thank you so much.
Likewise.
And we're happy you did not give up on yourself. We're happy you stayed resilient. We're happy you worked hard. And because you exist, you've opened the door for millions of young black boys and girls across the world to know that they can dominate whatever industry they find themselves.
Oh yes, they
Thank
can.
you. Now, I've received a lot of your messages. I'll try and read them briefly and then we'll go for a break. Opoku says, I'm really enjoying the program, watching you live from New Ebrim. You're doing a great job, bro. Well done, my brother. I'm proud of you. Jabez says, roommate. I don't know if you know him.
Yeah.
Herman Asafoje says, that is my brother-in-law. Congrats. Okay, Can Daniel says, sir, I really want to be like you. You have really inspired me. I think Benjamin has inspired all of us. So the key takeaway is, if no one believes in you, you have to believe in yourself and you have to work hard and you have to have a bigger vision for yourself than wherever you find yourself right now. And when you do get that opportunity, because you've worked so hard, you'll be able to take advantage of it and dominate wherever you find yourself in that space. Don't go anywhere. Breakfast Daily will be right back.